Hi everyone. I thought today I'd give you a little burst on my 2022 Kawasaki KLR 650. This is the adventure model, or sorry, not the adventure model. This is the base model, non-ABS, which is what I wanted. It's my third KLR actually. My most recent one was a 2018 in camo that I sold, and I regretted it last October, and I regretted it the moment that I sold it. And so as soon as it was going out the driveway, I knew I was going to get another one. So I picked this up in March of 2021, of 2022. Sorry, this year. Drove it home from Ottawa in like 2 degrees Celsius, froze. And so we're just going to do a little quick walk around here first. So like I said, this 2022 KLR base model 650. I love this color. I don't know what they call it. Desert sand or something. I added the stupid bullet hole decals. Now, what I'm going to tell you is I'm probably a bit different from a lot of KLR owners. This is just completely a street machine for me. I do plenty of off-roading on my Grizzly ATV. I'm not interested in taking this off-road at all. I know a lot of guys do that, but and that's what they're made for, as well as going on road. But for me, this is a street bike. I'll do some long-range touring, and the reason for that is I find a KLR a very, very comfortable bike, very capable bike of the type of roads and riding that I like to do, which is kind of all the secondary highways. It has no problem at all holding highway speeds, even Trans-Canada highway type speeds, 4-lane highways. But I mean, I'll be on that 1 or 2% of the time. I mean, just very short distances. I get on that, and then I'm off it as quick as possible and back onto the secondary road. So I have no need to go 70, 80 miles an hour. I mean, the sweet spot for these bikes is, 100, 105, 110 kilometers an hour, and I go slower than that. I'm between 80 to 100, 90 kilometers an hour on, secondary highways. That's what I do. So I'll be doing, the way this is set up right from all the OEM stuff is staying on it. I'm not adding any foot pegs. I know a lot of people have complained about the foot pegs down here being rubbery, and they feel like when you stand on them, you're going to foot slip off. For the street, I stood up on my bike lots of times. I don't feel like I'm slipping off at all. So they're staying just like that. What else there? The windshield. The new windshield on the 2022s is a bit higher. I have it. I'm 6'1", 195 pounds, and I have it in the raised position, and it's perfect. I mean, I get some buffeting. I don't care. It hits me in the eyes. Who cares? I'm on a motorcycle. You're gonna get wind. If I didn't want any wind, I'd buy do my trips in a car. So wind buffeting me in the eyes doesn't bother me one bit. I added some these Nelson Riggs small soft saddle bags. I really like them. Something that I really like about them is they don't require side racks. So they're just like the other KLR, Kawasaki KLR OEM bags, of those ones you used to be able to get that aren't available for this model. The straps won't fit, but these fit perfectly. Nowhere near the exhaust. They don't heat up at all, and I've got 2,400 kilometers on this bike now, and it hasn't even marked the plastics one tiny bit. They're just like new, so there's nothing, you don't have to worry about that. And then I put on this OGO soft back luggage rack also. I had that one, the same one on my other KLR, so I really like that, and so I bought another one. And got all these things on sale on Amazon. I mean, I think the luggage, the Nelson Riggs bags were, I think they were 140 bucks or something, and the OGO bag was 110 Canadian. So they're a good price. So I got a little cheat sheet here, so I'm just kind of making this up as I go here. The chain, I've adjusted the chain one time so far. Right around my first service, so it was probably around, I did my first service myself. I did my oil change. I checked everything, every nut, bolt, the air filter. I checked, you know, everything that I could. I didn't do the valves, of course. I don't know how to do the valves on this thing, so I'm going to forfeit that. But no, I checked all the basic stuff myself. I will take it in. I'm going to have new tires put on it sometime this summer, and I'll take it to a Kawasaki dealer. Then I'll have them go over it, head to tail. But there's nothing good with this, or nothing wrong with this. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, so my chain, I adjusted it once. It's and I've got another 1,400 kilometers on it since I adjusted it, and it hasn't stretched at all. So it's still at just about 1.3 to 1.5 inches in slack at the tightest point, and that's perfect on the side stand. That's all good. Features I like about these, I like these little plastics. I mean, I'm not getting any of the crash bars. No, and these things are designed for if you drop it in your driveway, they'll take the impact. I mean, I'm not going to experiment and see if that's true, but you know, hopefully that happens. That if I do drop it, they'll absorb the impact. I did drop my first KLR one time on the right-hand side in the driveway. Just dropped it, just clunk over on the right-hand side, and all that did, it broke this. The throttle handle took up the most of the impact, and it cracked the OEM handguard, and that was it. So none of the side plastics didn't get touched at all on the other one. Speaking about plastics on these ones, they're more of a pain in the ass to take off than the other Gen 1 and the Gen 2 KLRs. I mean, it's still very easy, but these bolts here, you really got to keep them tight, and you don't crush them tight, but just keep them well snugged up, because I think it was, yeah, this one down here, it fell out already, and I went to the hardware store and got another little number 5 metric 16 millimeter length bolt to put in there with a steel washer, and these other ones, they have these little rubber washer up there in their hex heads, so you gotta watch those. The sound of the new KLRs, it's got definitely, the first thing I noticed as soon as I started up, it's got a nice deeper sound than the previous Gen 1 and Gen 2s. It's they tuned it or something, I don't know, and it's got a very nice little thump to it, much louder than the I mean, not like an aftermarket exhaust or anything like that, but definitely got a deeper thump to it than the previous Gen 1 or Gen 2s, which is nice. I like the stock handguards. They're not changing. They're plenty of wind. They keep the wind off my hands. Just perfect for me, for what I do, which is going to be all road. I like the way they've repositioned the turn signals up here. That's great. And also the LED lights now. That's another nice feature. Same thing for the back. They relocated the lights at the back are, I think everything's LED now. All the turn signal lights and the brake lights and everything. I think it's all LED. Power. This thing is, this model has gained 24 pounds from previous models on the base model. I think if you get the Adventure one, I think it's something like 50 pounds. Or maybe not quite that much, maybe 40 or something. But this model is 24 pounds heavier than the Gen 2s. And I don't notice that at all. I mean, if anything, it feels a bit more powerful than my Gen 1 or 2 my 2 Gen 2s that I had. So no issues with that. It feels great. I'm gonna replace the stock tires. They got, like I said, they got about 2,400 clicks on them now. I'm gonna stock them with Shinko 705s. I'll go another couple thousand kilometers on these, and then I'll replace them. I've already got them. I bought them on Amazon. Good price. I think I paid 110 Canadian for the I bought them at Fort 9. I bought 110 Canadian for the front, and I think the rear was 120 or 120 bucks Canadian, something like that. Hasn't burned a drop of oil. you know, I followed the book. I went by the book for all my braking and everything, and you know, I don't blast down the highway at 70 miles an hour anyway, 120 kilometers an hour. You know, I'm 100, 105, 110, but most of the time I'm like you know, 90 on all the secondary highways. Not a glitch at all. Love the fuel range. The fuel tank is designed slightly different than the old ones, and not as good. Like, I mean, I have a tank bag. It doesn't fit. It still fits on here. I have a magnetic tank bag. No problem. It still goes on there, everything, but not as well as on the Gen 2s. This one, it's kind of more. It's got more lumps and bumps on it that don't fit the tank bag quite as well, but it's still no problem. I mean, I've driven with it on and everything. I added this, of course. That's for the only reason I put that on is for the magnet for my tank bag, so it wouldn't scratch it. And then my tank bag has also have two flared out sides with magnets on both sides there like that. I think that the mirrors are slightly larger, like they stick out a touch more than the Gen 2s. I could be wrong about that, but is this my sense that it's like that? I don't know. The new dash, I mean, it's still a nice simple dash. It's digital now. It's great. It's all basic. It doesn't have any, you know, any stuff that you don't need. Something that I don't like about it, I wish it was white. I wish it was lit up white, because it's just grayscale LED, and I mean, you can always see the speed and everything, no problem, which is the main thing that you need. But there's a lot of information jammed into that little screen right there, and it's hard to read unless the sun is shining on it. So unless the light, your ambient light, is behind you, shining on that screen, it's kind of hard to see the things like your trip gauge and your clock. You can, I mean, the major things. I mean, your speed is nice and large. You can see that, no problem, and also your fuel gauge. So you can read that really good. So that's you know. But you know, I like the new gauge a lot. It's handy, and it's, you know, it's got twin trip meters on it too. So my backup fuel gauge is my trip B. So, and you know, the fuel gauge on these things is phenomenal. It's a 23 liter tank now. I mean, you're looking at probably 450 kilometers out of a tank, which is just great. I don't know if there's another motorcycle that has a range like that. There could be. I don't know. So anyway, that's my little burst on my oh, something else. I just looked at my cheat sheet here. On the old KLRs, the luggage rack back here, it had these little wee stubby hooks for your, you know, hooking your bungee cords and stuff on. What I really like now is they've extended the hooks down. They were just these little wee plastic stubby hooks before. Now they stick down about that far. Got a mosquito biting me on the hand here. That you can really hook stuff onto really good. So that's a really nice upgrade for that I appreciate, because you know, before I was strapping my bungee cords down really tight just to keep them on there. So that's a good upgrade. All right, so hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry my ATV guys, I haven't been riding too much lately. We got into a heat wave here and it got hot and dusty. So but I'll get out in the summer on the ATV again soon, and get back into the woods and get some ATV videos out. But not right now. It's just too hot and dusty, and I'm heading to New Brunswick on this bike actually in a couple weeks, going down through the States. That's the plan. Okay, everybody have a good afternoon, and we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.